Alright, so this is going to be a comparison review of this HOTO 24-in-1 precision screwdriver versus this generic 24-in-1 screwdriver. So as you can see, there's 3 different colors of both. Okay, honestly, for the colors that they have, I think I like the gray the best. For the red, I like the red of this one better, but I still wish it was like a deeper, darker red. There's like an orangey red. But let me show you why, even though this one I saw it's only $10. If you're trying to save as much as possible, then I would say go with this one. But if you're really looking for better quality and the better tool, it's only $4 more. I would buy this. So this, at least right now, it's $14. Normally $20. And then this one is $10. But let me show you why. This is probably the main reason why I prefer this. So if you look at the design here, okay, this shape, it's very nice because if you're on an uneven surface, this shape, it stops it from rolling. Whereas on this, you see how it rolls? It'll just keep rolling. Like, you see this? You see that? So if you're working on something and you set it down and it just rolls away, that's not going to be fun. So obviously, if you want to save the $10 or $6, depending on how much it is at the time, sorry, $10 or $4, depending on how much it is at the time, then you can obviously just stick like something on it, like a putty just or whatever, just to make it like flat on one end or something. You can do that all around, and you can add something so that it doesn't roll around. Now, in terms of the screwdriver itself, if you look at this portion of the screwdriver versus this, it's pretty much the same thickness, but you add this, it's a tiny bit thicker, and then you add this handle, it's also a tiny bit thicker. So I have one of these caliper things. So if I look at this, this is about 20, oh wait, 20, 19, it's about 19 millimeters thick at the thickest point, okay, and then at the thinnest one, it's like about maybe 16. All right, if we look at this one, it's like the same all the way around, okay? And this is about 16, okay? So yeah, it's basically the thinnest at the thinnest point, if that matters to you. I mean, I'm going to keep this in my pocket, so yeah, weight-wise, I mean, they're so small. It's very similar. I would say in my hand that this might feel a tiny bit heavier. This feels... at least the shell, it feels lighter. Okay. Yeah, except this is like heavier on the front end. The screwdriver bits are different. You can see they said the same material, like S2 or whatever, but you can see these are like shiny silvery chrome, and then these are like a darker color. So I'm not sure in terms of strength which holds up better, because I do have some bits that are like this shiny silver color, and they actually hold up really well compared to like some of these darker ones that I had that they were more brittle. But for the most part, these hold up well. They're harder material, so they don't like deform and stuff. Whereas usually the more silvery steel type kind, like it'll bend. But in some cases that can be better than breaking the tip off of your screwdriver. I've only had one case where that was important. Was I was taking apart a MacBook, and the Wi-Fi antenna, the wireless antenna, it was using the P2 or Pentalobe 0.8 screws, which are super tiny. And then I had some iFixit bits, which were, they just snapped off, like the tip broke off. And then I had to like find, luckily I had some screwdrivers that came with some other batteries or other parts, and those had the bits that were like this chrome colored metal. And that alone was like enough, like I could use one of those and it didn't break. Okay, so the other thing is grip, because nothing else matters, right? You want to have a good using tool. So I'm going to use both of these together, and we're going to see which one grips better. So if I hold this as hard as I can and I twist here, you can see I can twist this out of my hand. If I do the opposite, I hold here. Let me see, I'll do it this way just so I'll twist with this side. Okay, but if I twist this side, see my hand slips here. So if you need absolute maximum torque, then actually this design is better. This design, I was thinking it would be a little bit better just because it's wider. It's a little bit wider, which gives you also more torque. But the shape here, because of these, it helps you grip it a lot better. It's very close though. Like, it's almost my maximum like twisting grip power to like make it slip in my hand. So I would say both of them are very similar in like amount of torque you can apply and stuff like that, but this one does have a slight lead. So there's two things that are better that as far as I see is it doesn't roll around. Okay, and then the other thing is that you have a little bit more grip. Okay, also inside you can see basically same design here. This one they use a little bolt instead of like a removable piece. So this one looks like you can unscrew this. The other one, I don't know, it looks like they just use like a thread locker or something to lock this nut in place. So I'm not sure how that would separate. It spins the whole thing. So if I were to hold this and twist this, it actually twists all the way to the back there. So yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but anyways, color wise, yeah, I kind of wish the blues and the reds were darker. The green is everyone has their own preferences, but because I really like this design, I think I'm probably going to keep the gray one and the red one, and the red one I'll probably keep in my car, and that way if I happen to like take it out of the car and leave it somewhere, the color is a lot more noticeable and it's easy to spot if I left it on a desk somewhere. This, a lot of stuff tends to be like these darker gray colors, so it's easier to accidentally leave it somewhere and then be like, or in a pile of stuff, and then you can't find it. So like, let me show you an example here. If I were to like throw it in this pile of junk on my desk, okay, you can see the red is way easier to spot. So I think, yeah, I'll probably keep the red one as well, just because. But again, oops, sorry. Again, if you're trying to get just the cheapest possible, this is actually a great alternative. Again, it's only $10 compared to this one, 14 or 20 bucks. So if you're paying half price or even just getting it $4 cheaper, I think that's a decent deal. So if you just want a nice tool set to have and you don't want to spend the extra money, yeah, you can get one of these and then just like get some kind of like clay or putty that you can stick on here to give it like this kind of surface. Of course, that will make it a little bit thicker. I mean, but if you only make it enough thicker to like be around the same thickness of this cap, then it should be fine. Yeah, I wish if they made like this little surface just on like a portion of it to prevent it from rolling around, that would have worked as well without having to do the entire thing of the tool. So yeah, but for me, because I mean, I'm doing this for a living and I want like the best tool I can have to do the job, I'm gonna actually stick with these two. Again, color wise, I do prefer this red and I prefer this blue over the green, but the green is pretty nice. It's I don't know, it reminds me of Christmas. So anyways, there you go. That's what's available, and these have the same size bits as the HOTO one. So if you're just getting it for the specific bits, then this set will work just as well. Okay, yeah, so the only difference is a little bit more grip with this, but it's almost negligible, the amount of difference. But you do have to grab specifically holding this. And if you hold like this is way too slippery. Like you can see, I can't twist the other part out of my hands. So definitely if you're grabbing somewhere other than here, then this one will give way more grip. And if your fingers are short and you're like twisting it like this, then you actually have no choice. See, like you're gonna have to like have it uncomfortable all the way up here and do that. So they should have actually put the texture a little bit higher maybe, but I guess they want it for if you're doing more precise work. But yeah, that's my review and comparison. Hopefully this was helpful to some of you guys. I'll put a link to both of them in the description. Amazon affiliate links, I'll get like a few cents or something if you buy it with that link, but I don't have any partnership or anything with the companies that make these things. So yeah, I'll put both links. If the prices change, then you can see between the two and hopefully make the right decision on what you want to get. If you're just throwing this around somewhere and leaving it, you're not worried about it rolling around, then this is a nice deal. All right, $10 for this I think is actually great as well. I was considering just keeping all of them, but I don't need that many screwdrivers all over the place. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, let's drop this. Bye.